Quest making his seasonal reappearance today. Norman Williamson in the saddle, 13-2. Seymour Business at 3-1, Richard Dunwoody's mount. Then the Grand National runner-up, Encore and Per, 15-2. Tony McCoy rides. The grey Dextra Dove, a 16-1 chance, David Bridgewater. Call It a Day, 7-4 favourite, and the bookmakers unlikely to take too many chances with him. Adrian Maguire looking for this 5-timer. And then number 6 is Sibton Abbey, amount of Peter Henley, claiming £3, 33-1. 7, the third of David Nicholson's 3 runners, King Lucifer, 13-2, Richard Johnson. 8 is Mudahim at 14-1, Rod Farrant. And number 9, Forest Sun, a 50-1 chance, Brian Clifford in the saddle for this Racing Post chase.
And Call It a Day still the 2-1 favourite. Seymour Business supported to 5-2. King Lucifer 6-1, so a bit more money for that. Percy Smollett steady on 13-2. Encore and Per on 8s. Jenny Pitman's runner Mudahim is 14-1. Dextra Dove, the monkey business bet, is on 16. Sibton Abbey 33-1, and Forest Sun 50-1.
Anyway, they jump away for this Racing Post chase. The Dextra Dove towards the outside, the grey and the blue headgear, Sibton Abbey. Forest Sun is there, Mudahim towards the inside in a yellow and green jacket as they take the first fence. Dextra Dove is the early leader. Seymour Business was just the last to land, and being weighted without the back is Percy Smollett under a tight stranglehold as they race towards the second. Forest Sun picked up first this time from Dextra Dove. Encore and Per getting up the inside of Mudahim. And then Sibton Abbey from King Lucifer, a gap then to the other 3. Percy Smollett on the inside of Call It a Day and Seymour Business. So about to take this right-hand turn in the back straight. The early pace looks fairly modest. Heard beforehand that Jenny Pitman wanted a strong pace for Mudahim, who's forced to make his own running now on the inside of Forest Sun. Dextra Dove caught 3 deep towards the outer with a white face up the inner. And wearing red bandages is Encore and Per. Out wide in the headgear, Sibton Abbey, the first down the back straight. Mudahim just about the leader at it from Dextra Dove. Forest Sun in the centre. Sibton Abbey out wide. Then King Lucifer and Encore and Per. A gap then to Call It a Day. Seymour Business and Percy Smollett over an open ditch. And a big bold jump by Forest Sun. Seymour Business just dives slightly at it in the sheepskin noseband towards the back. As they head on towards the next then. Fence number 5 of 19 in this Racing Post chase. Mudahim on the inside. A mistake there by Dextra Dove, who gave it a fair old clout and now gets a couple of reminders for his trouble as they head towards the last in the back straight. Mudahim on the inside of Forest Sun. A better jump this time by Dextra Dove. Behind the 3 leaders, Encore and Per the inside of King Lucifer, and then Sibton Abbey, and all ridden patiently out the back, Percy Smollett, Call It a Day, and Seymour Business. So on the right-hand turn at the far end of the course, making the turn into the straight on this circuit. They've got well over a circuit to go, remember. And it's Mudahim from Dextra Dove. Then Encore and Per and Forest Sun, who led early, now back in 3rd or 4th. King Lucifer is next. And then out wide is Sibton Abbey as they take the first in the home straight this time around. Percy Smollett, Call It a Day, and Seymour Business at the back. A reminder for Sibton Abbey there. The middle one up the straight. Mudahim jumping well in the lead from Encore and Per, and then King Lucifer in the orange cap, black and white jacket. Out wide Dextra Dove as they head to what will be their last after another circuit. And it's Mudahim by a good 3 lengths now, and another good jump at that from Encore and Per in 2nd. Then King Lucifer in 3rd as they pass the stands. Dextra Dove is right off the bit. Forest Sun next, Percy Smollett the inside, and then Sibton Abbey, Seymour Business, and Call It a Day is towards the rear of the field. So Mudahim leads them out into the country then as they head on towards fence number 10. And Adrian Maguire, at the moment, looking for this 5-timer this afternoon, is towards the back on Call It a Day. He's going to jump the water jump, disputing last with Percy Smollett there as they head past their departure point and on towards the next fence, fence number 11, a plain one. And it's Mudahim from Encore and Per. King Lucifer jumping boldly, and Seymour Business is down there. Forest Sun very badly hampered, and so was Sibton Abbey. The horse is up on his feet. Starting prices, Call It a Day 9-4. Seymour Business out of the race. King Lucifer and Percy Smollett at 6-1. Well, Sibton Abbey and Forest Sun have just basically been knocked right out of the contest. They're out the rear now, and that has changed the nature of the race quite significantly. The pace is improving now, and suddenly they're well strung out following that tumble from Seymour Business. who is galloping riderless, appears to be none the worse. Meanwhile, the leaders make the turn into the back straight, and it's Mudahim, followed in second by King Lucifer. Encore and Purr is third. Then Call It a Day, now nicely poised in fourth place on the outside of Percy Smollett. A gap then to Dextra Dove, Sibton Abbey, and finally Forest Sun. The first down the back there, and Mudahim, who's put up an exemplary display of jumping so far. From King Lucifer second, Encore and Purr. Slight slap down the neck for Call It a Day. Adrian Maguire looking to get a bit closer, over an open ditch. At that, Percy Smollett just hit it slightly, tickled the birch in fifth place. They're clear of Dextra Dove and Sibton Abbey. They've got 5 fences left to jump then, and Mudahim has made most of the running so far. King Lucifer sitting pretty in second and jumped well again. Encore and Purr got a bit close to that one and is passed by Call It a Day, who's now giving chase to the 2 leaders. The last in the back straight, Mudahim lands first from King Lucifer. They're getting away from the others. Call It a Day in third. Then Percy Smollett now being driven along with Norman Williamson shoveling on the coal. Back in fifth is Encore and Purr. So they make the long right-hander out of the back straight, and looking round there was Richard Johnson on King Lucifer, who appears to be going well on the outside of Mudahim and Rod Farrant, and these two at the moment appear to have it between them. They're well clear of Percy Smollett, and Adrian Maguire looking a forlorn hope now, back in fourth place on Call It a Day. The third last coming up, King Lucifer on the outside of Mudahim. Better jump by Mudahim there. King Lucifer didn't really land running, and Mudahim, who looked so well beforehand, is pulling out all the stops. King Lucifer coming at him again over the second last. There wasn't much to choose between them there. It's Mudahim and King Lucifer. They're battling it out. They fight tooth and nail down towards the final fence. King Lucifer ranges up again on the outside of Mudahim. Much depends on the jumping. Who jumps best may well win. They both jump particularly well. Mudahim and King Lucifer, they settle down to fight it out on the flat. King Lucifer just about in front from Mudahim, but Mudahim battles back on the far side. Mudahim gets his nose in front and lifts the racing post chase. Second is King Lucifer. They're a mile clear of the others, headed by Percy Smollett third. Call It a Day, well, a bit disappointing back in fourth from Encore and Purr in fifth. He probably needed the run. And looking back down the track, those are the only finishers. Forest Sun has been dismounted down the course by Brian Clifford. Mudahim, the 14-to-1 winner of this racing post chase. And fallen jockey here, Richard Dunwoody, the rider of Seymour Business. He's still on the deck, looking in need of some attention.
SP for the racing post chased, and a very nice price if you can get it. First, number 8, Mudahim at 14-to-1. Second, number 7, King Lucifer, 6-to-1. And third, number 1, Percy Smollett, 6-to-1. Call It a Day was the 9-to-4 favourite and finished fourth.